Hi everybody, I'm Jerry.
And I'm Linda.
We're the Newcomers. Today we're going to take you to an area of the southern villages that we've kind of overlooked. There's a lot of great people down there and we just haven't shown enough of it. We're beginning our trip in Brownwood and we're crossing these beautiful bridges and this awesome fence here. You'll see some water features on each side. This fence on the right is made out of corten steel. It's the kind of steel that you don't have to paint and it weathers naturally, and it's really neat. We're going to pass a lot of golf carts on the road today.
They're all heading for Brownwood.
This cute little bridge, right in Brownwood. On each side you'll see a pond. Water glistening.
This is a great bridge.
It's an amazing bit of infrastructure here. This ramp leads up to the bridge that goes over County Road 44. I'm always amazed by these big, beautiful live oak trees. But I think this bridge itself is a marvel. These retaining walls. I do wish there was a larger walking path. You see there's a little area on the right there and on the left. But boy, that would be tough to walk across.
You have to think skinny.
But we're going across the bridge, which is made of that same steel. Just below me is State Road 44. And we're heading down the other side. We're very close to the village of Richmond at this point. Lots and lots of golf carts in the villages. I've heard 80,000. I don't know if that's accurate or not. But I would bet that 8 out of 10 or more would be Yamaha gas-powered golf carts. You'll find some other ones like Easy Go and Atomic carts, and club cars, but mostly Yamaha.
This is a pretty area. A little pond here.
We're on the south side of 44. Had to pull over right there to adjust a microphone. By the way, I'm doing a voiceover on today's ride because our microphones did not work. Very frustrating.
Seems to happen every once in a while.
We're approaching the village of Richmond on the right over there. You might have remembered the show we did recently about Michael, who was new to the area 6 months ago, and we showed you an updated video of his home. You can see that beautiful blue sky.
It's so pretty.
Those of you that follow us know we always marvel at the skies.
Some days are really pretty and prettier than the others.
We're getting a few waves as we go. It's really fun to be recognized these days. Turning signals on, going into the tunnel. These tunnels are fantastic. I don't think you'll find them anywhere else for golf carts, and we have quite a few of them. I'm not sure exactly how many. Big retaining walls all over the villages. What a project. And look at the plantings on each side of the road.
They know what they're doing.
It's amazing. This is called the multimodal trail. You can walk, you can bicycle, you can golf cart on this trail, but no automobiles allowed. Now we're coming to one of the cross-throughs. Those of you that follow us know that this is a way meant to make it safer for golf carts and bicyclists to pass intersections like this. Slows down the traffic so that it's a little bit safer. Again, you'll notice on these multimodal paths and the medians within the villages, lots and lots of palm trees, lots of beautiful plantings. We're not truly tropical here. We've had some days down into the high 30s, and last year we got down into the low 30s a few times.
Yes, I had to have my gloves and hat.
That is Megason Road that you're seeing the cars go up and down on the left side there. That's a new connector. Boy, it really makes car travel better to get to some parts of the southern villages from the Brownwood area.
Beautiful day.
As we look at these ponds, when we cross, I see a couple small alligators over there. They say if there's a body of water in this area that you can pretty much assume there's an alligator in it.
I wouldn't go swimming in them. Or kayaking.
Those carts are heading toward Brownwood. Who knows what's going on up there today? Of course, at 5 o'clock, you'll have live music just like you do every single night of the year. We're heading toward the Water Lilly Bridge. That Water Lilly Bridge will take us over the turnpike. That Florida Turnpike leads down to Orlando. We take it quite often to go visit the grandkids. You can see the fence on the right side of the multimodal trail here. That's a common way to separate the homes from the trail. Some people love to have a home that backs up to the trail because they can sit there and kind of socialize. They're watching the carts go by.
Yeah.
Other people wouldn't want that because they feel it was an invasion of privacy. Because often you can look right from your golf cart into the kitchens of some of these homes, through the lanai into the kitchens. I personally don't think I'd like that. And we're getting closer to that Water Lilly Bridge.
Look at all these palm trees.
Again, we're passing through one of these cross-throughs that make it a little safer for carts. Now, you know, we always talk about how friendly the villages are, and yet once in a while we'll hear people say, they didn't wave at me. By the way, we're going past the pitch and putt here.
We haven't tried that yet down here. We should.
And the reason is on these curves, I like to hold the steering wheel with two hands. I don't want to have a crash with another cart. So therefore, I'm not going to wave. And I still have two hands on the wheel. And somebody may slip by and I didn't wave. And there's no reason to think that we're snooty. It's just that we're concentrating on what we're doing.
Yeah.
On the other side of that berm is the Richmond pitch and putt. I have not played that yet. Linda, you want to give it a try one day?
I think we should. I'm not very good at the pitching. A little better at the putting.
And we're coming up to a little roundabout. You don't see too many roundabouts that are built for golf carts, but this is one. It's really cool. Nestled into these live oaks. And as we take this, we're heading right onto that Water Lilly Bridge. Crosses that busy turnpike. Turnpike is a toll road. Gonna have to pay money to ride on that road. But this bridge, again, like all of the village's bridges, is really nice. We watched every one of them get set.
We sure did.
The construction was amazing. And we're over here on the other side. Now, if we turn left at the bottom, we're going into Marsh Bend. If we go straight or turn right, we're heading to DeLuna. And that's the object of our drive today, the village of DeLuna.
That's a big village.
We've been there several times, but we've never done a show. So you folks in DeLuna, this one's for you. That road directly in front of us is Marsh Bend Trail. At this little stop sign, if we turn left, we're heading over to Marsh Bend, and everything in front of us is DeLuna. If we turn right here, it would take us out to 301. Now 301 will take you directly into Wildwood, or it could take you over to the interstate highway. Of course, Wildwood, that's where Linda works at Bargains and Blessings, and it's a nice little town with a lot of things. There's a wonderful Ace Hardware there with some great people that help us do all sorts of things. We're going to go straight across here on what we call Steel Path. We actually have a friend that lives on Steel Path. Remember when we first came into business here, we had a t-shirt guy. He lived up in Tennessee, and he moved to the Villages, and when he did, he didn't have room, and so he stopped doing his t-shirt business, and that's where Art and Sue live, right here on Steel Path.
Such a nice couple.
Has a big median, and this is a one-way road in, and we come out the other side. We haven't been back here on our golf cart, so we're going to explore a little bit, and we're going to take you on a nice long ride through the village of DeLuna.
Looks like a little park there under those live oak trees.
One thing about the southern villages, all the homes are a little bit closer to the road than they are where we live. That to me gives a more confined feeling, but the backyards are bigger, which allows more people to have swimming pools, a little more privacy back there. So that's pretty nice.
Yeah, area for their pets too.
We are just going to do a little exploring today, take you to some places that we haven't been, give you a look at what DeLuna has to offer. Passing by Art and Sue's backyard right now.
Oh, they have a new pool.
You can see some Christmas decorations are still up. Some people park in their driveways and some people don't. We, of course, tell you frequently that it looks so much better without. You've spent a fortune on these homes. Don't block them with your jalopy. That's a funny word, isn't it? Jalopy.
It is funny.
And we're back out. I believe this is Steel Path again. Yep. And we're going to make our way back out toward Marsh Bend Trail.
I think they can have a yard sale down in that little park area over here to the left. I would. A community sale right there.
Let's head over here and check out this area. Hey, there's the Shade Brothers truck. They're one of our trusted contractors. We think they do a lovely job.
We love our shades.
When you see cars and trucks parked like that one from Dean's Lawn Service, that's what's happening here. There's not people parking their vehicles out in front of their place. Those are service people. It happens a lot during the weekdays. You know, it could be your grass cutters, it could be your dog groomers, whatever. Awesome looking trails in the sky there. Almost a star.
Florida has so many beautiful days.
It's a cold day, let me tell you. We're bundled up pretty good, and I've got the windshield down to give you that picture. So we're getting it blown pretty good in our face. But anything for you guys.
Refreshing.
See that truck right there? Trucks sometimes are a super tight fit in these garages. They don't make those garages like they used to. Again, we are in the village of DeLuna. You can look at the homes that we pass. You'll see that most of them have what we call a two-car garage and a golf cart garage. That golf cart garage is only 6 feet wide, the door, and you cannot park a regular sized vehicle in those. It's just for golf carts. Some people make themselves a little wood shop or whatever, a little man cave perhaps.
Or a woman cave, right?
You can build a home, or you can find a pre-owned home sometimes with a full third car garage, which would be just awesome. fact, I think today you're going to see some 4-car garages, which is even awesomer. Lots of patriotic villagers flying their American flags. And DeLuna, like all villages, has some courtyard villas and some patio villas and probably some veranda homes. I know many of you lifestyle visitors stay at Christopher Villas, which is down here in DeLuna. We'll take a look at those in a little bit. Bismarck palm tree on the right.
Now, that man had a big yard. He had a lot to take care of and to water.
And we're heading back out Steel Path, going out to Marsh Bend Trail.
We have lots of good friends in Marsh Bend.
There was a home that had that 2-car garage and another car garage, which, as I told you, I'm very jealous of that.
Yep.
This is a one-way street. You see some of those contractors had to park off in the grass because otherwise they would be blocking the street. If you notice the colors of all the homes, they kind of blend, don't they? That's because the villages has restrictions on the colors that you can paint your home, and they depend on what has been approved for your area. That way you don't get unusual colors that contrast in a bad way. Linda particularly likes cul-de-sacs.
I do.
You can see some of the driveways are painted and some are still in their natural concrete state.
Cul-de-sacs are nice for a little bit of more intimacy with your neighbors.
You won't see as many large palm trees down here as you would, for example, where we live, because this neighborhood is much newer. Many people still have the stock plantings that come when your home is new. Upgraded landscaping adds some value to your home. See that live oak in the background there?
Oh, yeah.
They say the best live oaks are the ones that are in your neighbor's yard. Evidently, they're a mess to clean up. We're looking right toward the turnpike right here. See the cars passing in the distance?
Yeah.
I can hear them from here. There are no homes between where we are now and there. That bridge is just off to the right that we crossed a bit earlier. We're going to merge out onto Marsh Bend Trail. You know, whether I'm biking or riding in a cart, riding on these lanes like this one are the most dangerous part of our trip. Now, we've never had any incidents, but this is the closest you'll be to cars that are going fast. And I think the speed limit here is 35 miles an hour. It's either 30 or 35. And those cars do come pretty close to you.
Yeah. Oh.
He's broken down here, but he's already called the tow truck. So we're going to wish him well and head on our way. We try to always stop when we see somebody pulled off the side of the road.
That's right.
You may have seen our experiment we did over in Citrus Grove a while back. It didn't come out quite the way we thought.
Yeah. Where are the friendly folks when you need them?
We're just going to drive in and out of these streets of DeLuna and show you some of the homes. There's a 4-car garage on the right.
Uh-oh. Don't look.
Another one on the left.
Don't look.
I'm getting jealous.
Keep your eyes closed. No, don't.
They have a different type of grass down here. Doesn't look quite as good as the grass up in our area right now. I think this is St. Augustine grass. I'm not absolutely positive, but we have Empire Zoysia where we live. It's a little finer textured grass than this. By the way, when you see palm trees like the one we just passed, and I'll point another one out here in a little bit, those are Sylvester palms. They're probably the palm of choice. It's a beautiful tree. All palms do need maintenance though. There's one Sylvester right there. That's a pretty young one. That's a Sylvester palm on your left here. They have a beautiful shape, and I think they're the prettiest of the palms. It's just my opinion. You can see some more contractors doing work here.
Everybody's wanting to get busy after Christmas with projects.
This same ride up in our neighborhood would have many more large palm trees. Your Bismarck palms, your Sylvester palms, Queen palms. There are lots and lots of different kinds of palm trees. I have noticed quite a few Robollinis down here. They're kind of a date palm and quite thorny.
Yes, when you work on palm trees, you definitely have to have gloves. You will get stuck, I promise you.
You can check out the driveways as we roll by. You'll see some people have upgraded.
There's a painted one.
Now, streets like this have the drains built into the street. They're into the curbing on the sides, so you don't have the drain in the middle of the street like you do in some of the villa neighborhoods that you'll see in just a little bit. Now we're back on a Marsh Bend Trail. On the right is the turnpike, just out of sight. We're heading toward 301.
Sure are a lot of homes down here.
Passing a villa neighborhood. See, that car gave us a lot of leeway. Some don't. Some will come dangerously close because they may be having cars pass in the other lane going the opposite direction. And it's a little bit unnerving sometimes, especially when we lose concentration and drift over toward our white line a little bit. So you have to be careful. Anytime you're on a golf cart, be ultra careful because those cars are bigger and more powerful and can do a lot of damage.
Absolutely.
There's a garage with that third car garage on the right side there. Very handy. And another one there. You won't see that many up where we live. Where we live, you generally have the 2-car garage and the golf cart.
Oh, this car, there's a 3-car garage there. Wow. That's generous.
Did you see those palm trees? They had been newly planted and were propped up with some braces. That's what you have to do because these palm trees have very small root systems. Think of a Q-tip. That's kind of what they look like when they plant them. A trunk with a little ball at the end, a very small ball compared to what you're used to seeing.
I think you probably have to have them tied up or stapled up, whatever, palm trees for about a year or more, staked up to make sure it's straight and not leaning.
We get asked about the loofahs quite a bit. You can look at all these cars we pass. I don't think you're going to find any loofahs. And when you do find one, it's because the Villages has so many similar looking cars. Generally a white or silver SUV, and somebody will put a loofah or some type of object, maybe a tennis ball or a scrunchie, on their antennas to help find it in a parking lot, because there's so many, like we said. There's a bird cage on the right. You saw that?
It's a big pool.
Lots of contractors out here doing their thing. You know, we always say the Villages is the home of the $400,000 fixer-upper.
Yeah.
But that was years ago, because now they're probably $500,000 fixer-uppers.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You can see a gutter or a curb on the left with a drain. See that? That's the way they have the drainage in our neighborhood. Here's another pair of them up here. Drains on the side. They drain the road really well.
Yeah.
And you can get an idea of the different types of landscaping people have done. Or not done. I told Linda I hadn't noticed that cell tower on the left there. See it there?
Yeah. I see it.
That's over close to the turnpike.
Gotta have a cell station.
I didn't know that was there. Well, you can see why they have restrictions. Everybody's home looks uniform. The grass is cut basically the same length, well maintained. You know, you don't see the bathtubs in the yard with statues in them or flamingos all over the place. There's a pickup truck decorating the front of that house and that one.
They don't fit in the garages very well.
Again, back out to Marshman Trail, looking at the turnpike way in the distance. We're getting closer and closer to 301.
You know, I can't complain of the cold because the sun's out. It's so pretty.
It's a long ride today. You've stayed with us, I appreciate it. Just when you ride all the way down here, you don't want to do a 10-minute video, so we just crank up the cameras and let her go. Let's look in here. Did you see how I merged there? You never turn 90 degrees in your golf cart.
No.
You always merge out into the main lane, wait for an opening, and then turn. If you just bust a left from the right-hand path over there, you could get T-boned. It's garbage day. Did you see that? Their garbage is out. Now, our garbage days are different than these. And in fact, you may have a garbage pickup in the early morning like we do at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. And here it may be 3 or 4 p.m. Garbage these days can be in any kind of bag. When we first moved here, you had to have recyclables in a clear bag, you had to have your trash in a black bag, and you had to have your yard waste in a brown paper bag. All different now. And looking there, you see all those pavers. They're doing a lot of improvements here. Probably going to put in some hardscaping and maybe even paver the driveway.
Yeah, a lot of work being done in this neighborhood.
Makes the house a lot nicer, but it's quite pricey.
It'll make it look so lovely though.
You can see just a few big palm trees scattered here and there.
Those are nice size.
This neighborhood is indicative of most that this is not going to be an exit. There are very few exits to the neighborhood. That's Marshman Trail, but you can't get out there from here. This is a cul-de-sac. We have to go back and exit the way we came in.
They can have a nice driveway party around here.
1, 2, 3, 4 vehicles in that driveway. The trash bags don't look very good sitting out there, but the neat thing is they'll be gone shortly and there won't be any empty trash cans out there. We don't have trash cans here in the villages. Everything's in bags.
I like it.
DeLuna is a newer neighborhood, especially this end of DeLuna is quite new. Probably less than a year and a half, 2 years old. Just guessing. I have noticed an extraordinary amount of empty beer cases out on the road.
Uh-oh.
DeLuna must be a partying bunch.
You didn't say that.
I'm just kind of kidding about that. We've just been through the holidays and they're throwing away their holiday cheer.
That's right.
We've been fortunate to be invited to a lot of parties with DeLuna folks. Of course, we know Dave and the Grateful Dead Club down here, and we were invited to a neighborhood DeLuna party recently. And these are great folks. They do enjoy having a good time, and we haven't noticed any irresponsible drinking. I was just kind of making a joke about that the empty beer cases, although there did seem to be hundreds of them.
Jerry.
Just kidding.
Oh, you're a mess.
When you see a wall like the one on the right, it's usually a courtyard villa neighborhood or a patio villa neighborhood or some veranda homes, which is what I expect is back behind that one. If you want a designer home but you want a fence for your pet, a veranda home is your best bet.
That rhymes.
Though there are some very nice large villas that would fit the same bill. See that diamond shape in the middle of that lane? That means it's a special use lane, which, as we've said, is for golf carts or bicycles or walkers, joggers, not for automobiles.
Cars stay out.
You know, we always try to, oh, that's a pretty car. We always try to decide whether to put music on our videos or do a voiceover or keep the muffled audio that we had before. So we just put it out there the best way we can for you, and we hope you enjoy it. We're 33 minutes into this video, 32 minutes, and hope you're still with us.
It's a big neighborhood. My goodness. Verandas, villas, courtyard villas. There's just so many homes down here.
You may wonder, what would the age average be in DeLuna? And that's hard to say. We think it would tend to be younger than where we live, and we know that where we live, just north of 44, we are younger than the people that live up near Spanish Springs. So it seems like the more new building that happens, the younger the crowd is that joins, and we're a 55 plus neighborhood. So these folks, I would estimate the average to be somewhere just north of 55.
Yeah, and I think Spanish Springs is turning over now. I think that it's getting younger.
Now the drains in this villa neighborhood are in the middle of the streets. It's a different type of drainage because they don't have curbs. The driveways are close together, and I guess that's why they don't have curbs. But the drain right there in the middle, see it there? We've got a dead end here, but I wanted to show you that little park-like setting. Isn't that nice?
That's beautiful.
You can see the overhead wires, the high tension lines. They put those to pretty good use, and the ground underneath is usually a golf course or a walking trail or something.
But what a beautiful area. I know Gizmo would have loved that out there, running around a little bit.
You can see these homes have a fence in the back. I'm guessing these are veranda homes, not positive. I can never keep it straight.
They do have a fence.
Feel free to tell me all the mistakes I've made in the comments. I have the best intentions, but I'm working on limited brain power.
We're getting older.
Linda likes those fake hinges. Did you see them on that garage door back there? They're magnetic. They go on there and they try to fool people into thinking that you're like a rustic old barn.
I think they're pretty. They add a little extra dimension.
They're popular now.
Yeah.
There's some right there on the right.
I see them.
By the way, we're teachers, and sometimes when I listen to these videos, my grammar is horrible. It used to be very good, but the longer you're out of it, the worse your handwriting gets, the more casual your language gets.
Ending a sentence with a preposition.
I know we should strive to do better.
Yeah, I think you do okay, Jerry. But we'll be told.
We're just meandering around and not really lost, but not really found either.
Enjoying the day.
That's a pretty one. She's putting up Christmas decorations. She's actually taking down Christmas decorations on the entryway there. And we're back out to Marsh Bend Trail. Still not out to 301. Still on our way out there. Going to give you a look at it.
Long way down here.
That's a walking trail we've seen go in and out of DeLuna. No golf carts allowed. We just passed it.
That's very pretty, though.
See it there on the right? Merge. What are we going to do? Can't go out there. That's 301. It says no golf carts past this point. So let's look in here.
I bet people are saying, I see my house, I see my house.
Those wispy clouds and the contrails of the airplanes.
And the silhouette of the palm trees.
See that porta pot? When you have work done on your home, say you're getting a pool or adding a patio or even a big interior project, you have to provide a restroom for the workers, and that'll be part of your deal with the contractor. They'll put one out in your yard. But don't worry, you can use it yourself when they're not there.
I'm sure we would want to do that. Not.
Seen very few cars, haven't we? This is just a weekday, midday, cruising around, cold, a little bit nippy. It was in the 40s.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to do water aerobics for a while.
Frosty.
Don't worry, it'll get warmer, right?
We have found the people that live in DeLuna to be very cheerful, happy, young, energetic. It's nice.
I don't know any villages that have any grumpy people, Jerry. I don't know. Where would you locate a grumpy village? I think they're all happy.
I'll stop there so Linda can tell me where to go. She does that a lot. See that shadow of that bird that just flew over? Big one.
I did. It's fun to see the sandhill cranes going overhead. It's like an airplane going over the top of you. One time they went right straight down our street, and boy, it was amazing, coming right at you. It was great. Gorgeous.
You'll see neighbors like that standing out, they'll wave and stop and chit chat. You know, you can be working in your yard. Next thing you know, you're not working because somebody stopped to have a little chat with you.
All right.
Which is one of the beautiful things about the villages.
That's true. People generally talk to everybody.
Villa neighborhood. These look like patio villas. Usually you can tell a villa neighborhood by the drains. They'll be in the middle of the streets. Mm-hmm. This neighborhood appears to be all vinyl-sided patio villas. They don't have the full enclosure in the yard.
Right.
They tend to be a little bit smaller and maybe just right for a single person. or a retired couple that are downsizing.
Or if you're a snowbird too, you don't want to have two huge homes. One home's going to be smaller, I assume.
I might not have stopped completely at that stop sign, but just cut me a little break.
I wasn't paying attention.
Some people like to remind me of how bad my driving is. I'll tell you, when you're worried about your 2 cameras, your microphones, your wife yelling at you,
Oh,
it's hard.
I don't yell.
I'm just kidding. I've got the sweetest lady ever, and you all know that.
Yeah, you do.
She's nodding her head right now.
I am a backseat driver though. There, every once in a while I'll say, oh, you forgot this, or you're too close. Oh, turn.
It's winter, so the grass is browned up a little. Usually it's a nice, vivid green, but it will be before too long. We're passing that restroom again that they put out for the workers.
Oh, stop. I gotta go. Just teasing.
We're coming back out to Marsh Bend Trail. Oh, I'm going straight across. Hey, we're a long video at this point. We're 42 minutes. And if you're still with us, you are a super viewer. We can't tell you how much we appreciate you.
Absolutely.
There's a couple walking.
Okay.
They're not facing traffic, but at least they're holding hands.
That's sweet. I love to see that.
Another cul-de-sac with a nice view of those wires there. See, the land itself is very pretty. I like cul-de-sacs. I might have, if I had thought of it back when we were buying a home, I might have looked harder for a cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
Now this couple here, let me show you this AED machine. You see it there? That's what you'll find throughout the neighborhoods. That is a machine where your responders will come here, unlock it, take out a electronic defibrillator, and go back and try to save a life. That one has not been placed yet. It's still waiting for funding. So they probably will have a fundraiser or something and raise money to get it. But that couple that I told you were holding hands walking there, they are going to go onto that walking trail, which I told you, see them there walking. That's what they use those high tension areas for. They still try to make something positive out of them, and they are going to go for a little walk, which is extremely nice.
Yeah.
And we'll loop the loop one more time around this cul-de-sac. Those AED machines, I was part of the response team here in our neighborhood for a while, and you'd get a call and say, we have an emergency at blah, 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 and you take your key, you run out, you get the machine, you report to the emergency, and you check the person, and if they need a shock, you'll do it'll take you step by step. It's kind of a guided system that will take you through the procedure, and hopefully you'll save a life.
Well, that's wonderful. I think a lot of people should do that.
Well, that's going to bring us back out to Marsh Bend Trail, and we're going to head back toward that Water Lilly Bridge. We really do appreciate every single one of you for watching, and we know you have lots of other people you can watch and lots of things you can be doing, but you spent this little time with us, and we appreciate it more than we can tell you.
If you liked our video today, please press that like and subscribe button and share it with all your friends. Until next time.
See you when you get here.